What's going on, beautiful people, and welcome back to Piece of Happiness 101. And today we have another phenomenal video for you guys. For those of you who've been with us from the get-go, guys, we really appreciate everything that you do to support the channel. If you are new around on this channel, we give relationship advice. If this is something that you're into, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we've got a lot to talk about. It has come to my knowledge that there are a lot of people that do not apologize to their significant other at all whatsoever. I mean, they do not apologize when they're wrong at all. But at the same time, these are the same kind of people that are always complaining over their significant other, holding grudges against them. I wonder why. I wonder why they are holding grudges against you. And the reason behind why they don't ever apologize is because of that one misconception stating that apologizing is a sign of weakness. I don't know who started this, but when you really think about it, apologizing sounds like the most gangster thing to do, right? It's like you did something wrong, you own up to it, and then you move forward. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But since I'm not here to judge you, in today's video, allow me to talk to you about why is it important to apologize to your partner when you're wrong and how to apologize. Why is it important to apologize to your partner when you're wrong and how to apologize? Coming up next. Think of your relationship as a psychological roller coaster, all right? The roller coaster is mainly run by emotional connections, emotional feelings. Every time you hit a rupture, every time there's a break, the best way to patch things up, the best way to find a bridge between that rupture and to the next step is by apologizing, by doing what needs to be done so the relationship could move forward. You understand where I'm going with this? So why do you need to apologize? The first reason you need to apologize is because you're wrong. That's basically the first reason. You're all wrong. What you did is wrong, so you need to apologize. And don't get me wrong, I don't want you to become an apology leprechaun. I don't want you to just sit there apologizing every day. I don't want you to be there apologizing 7 days a week nonstop. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when it's necessary, when it's needed, when it's important to apologize, you apologize, because you don't want to be apologizing for every little things to the point when you finally apologize for something real for it to be taken for granted. I also have to put that out there. But yeah, you must apologize when you're wrong. Why must you apologize when you're wrong? Because you are acknowledging the person's feeling. That's the second thing. Acknowledging the person's feeling definitely open up the bridge. By you acknowledging the person's feeling, you make them understand that, okay, maybe he's really sorry about it. It's more of a sincere apology instead of an automatic process. It's not just me telling you I'm sorry just to say sorry. I'm basically acknowledging everything that I did wrong. The third reason why you need to apologize is because it's a sign of respect. If every time you hurt somebody's feelings and you decide to step on those feelings and also on the person, that also means that you don't really care about the person's feelings. That's basically the signal that you're sending. Let's say that your girlfriend or your boyfriend caught you talking to somebody around 2 a.m., all right? But every time it's the same conversation, every time it's the same argument. Instead of saying sorry, it's more like you saying things like you don't really care about what the person is saying, while all they're asking you is, why are you acting in such way within the situation? Basically, by you stepping all over it, that will show complete lack of respect. And if you don't respect the person, you don't respect yourself, and you definitely don't respect the relationship, at some point, that could actually bring more than grudges to the relationship, more than you can possibly think. So that's definitely something you need to think about. You need to apologize is because sometimes, despite the fact that you might not think it's an issue, sometimes that could keep somebody from actually moving forward. Yes, if the person sees that you never say sorry, you don't acknowledge their feelings, you don't respect them, and on top of that, you act like nothing happened, the one thing that's going to happen is that the person's probably going to leave the relationship. It's like, yeah, you're acting like an arrogant prick. There's no need for me to continue that situation because every time we get in an argument, every time we're talking about something, instead of you telling me sorry, you ended up giving me the other side of things. Since you don't really care about the relationship, since you don't really care about me, I think it's time for me to walk away just so I could save my feelings from getting hurt. Are we clear on that? Now let's go to how to apologize. Between why and how, they are a little bit similar. The first thing that you need to do when you're apologizing is to voice your apology. Express it. Say, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, baby. Once that's done, you go to the next step, which is you owning your guilt. I was wrong for doing it. that you're owning your guilt. The third step is to name why you're apologizing, why you are wrong. I'm apologizing because of this, because of that. Because sometimes people will tell you they're sorry, they don't even know what they're sorry for. They will just throw it out there as an automatic process without even telling you why the apology is for. So yeah, you have to tell the person why you're apologizing. Next, you have to name your impact. I know that I hurt you and I'm very sorry about it. Right next to that is something that a lot of people usually do. We call it the no if buts. After you name your impact by saying, I know that I hurt you, don't say, yeah, I know that I hurt you, but you the reason why I hurt you. Like a lot of people do that. It's like, yeah, I did what I did it wrong, but you're part of the reasons why I did it wrong. That's not what we're doing. You're gonna have to own up to everything that you do so the apology could be as sincere as possible. And the last thing, which is the most important thing that's also gonna help you move forward, is by making amends. What is it that I could do in the future to keep us from ever going through that path again? What is it that I gotta do? What is it that I have to do? How we could set up boundaries, how we could compromise on that issue to the point where we could move forward from that. That's you making amends. That's you establishing a full pattern before your significant other, showing them not only you know you're wrong, not only you name you're wrong, not only you understand the impact that your wrong did to the person, but on top of that, you're not looking for any excuses. You're not trying to defend yourself, but on top of it all, you are making amends. Okay, this is what it is. This is what happened. How can we move forward? For instance, maybe you have a job that requires you texting in the middle of the night. Maybe your wife didn't know anything about it. Maybe you just got the job and you're just getting the hang of it. And sometimes you'll be reading text. Sometimes you have to text people to understand what the next day is gonna look like. By you not telling your wife things like that, sometimes people might think that you're just in the middle of the night texting random people that you have no business texting. From that point, you have to let the person know exactly where you're coming from, to the point where the bridge could be open into better understanding. I don't know if you understand exactly the breakdown that's going on here. So from that point, it's going to be much easier to just apologize. It's going to be much easier for the person to understand exactly where you're coming from, and the relationship won't have a bunch of grudges that are not necessary. We don't need to keep talking about things that are not necessary, because at the end of the day, we got to the bottom of it. We talked about the issue. We make sure that everybody understands exactly what was going on, and then we fix things. Just like that, your relationship is back to normal, and you don't have to worry about things that happened 10 years ago that you never said sorry for. Just that simple. You see how easy that was? So yeah, people, apologizing is important. Apologize to your partner as much as you can, as long as you know you're wrong, as long as you know your relationship depends on it. There's no gender relation into it. Don't care if you're a man, if you're a woman, whatever it is, you have to apologize. When it's time to apologize, you need to apologize, because it'll definitely leave you from putting dents on your relationship that you don't need. On that note, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If it was as informative from me to you, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.